Welcome to mathematics class. So in our previous class we have started exercise. Okay, exercise in the two sessions before this session we have started exercise 2 and we have completed problems from that exercise. I have also given you homework from that exercise. I have given you few problems to do which are exactly based upon the examples which we did. Okay, now in this class, in previous class we are being just solving this 14th question. Okay, we are being just solving the 14th question. Let me recap you what we did in our previous class. So what we did, what he had given in the question, the total denomination he had given, that is 500 rupees. Okay, so totally we are having 500 rupees, and next total number of notes he had given in the question, that is 90 notes are there. That notes are in the form of 5 rupees and 10 rupees. So we don't know the number of 5 rupees notes and 10 rupees notes. Let me take 5 rupees notes as X and 10 rupees notes as Y, isn't it? There are totally 90 notes. So it means that if I take 10 5 rupees notes, then how many 10 rupees notes will be there? So 90 minus 10, that is 80, isn't it? 80 10 rupees notes will be there. Understanding? So if I take 25 rupees notes, it means that we will be having 70 10 rupees notes. You can see the denomination, 7 tens are 70. Let me tell one just a minute. So totally we are having 90 notes na. Total number of notes are 90. So if I have 25 rupees notes, then 10 rupees notes, how many 10 rupees notes will be there? Total number of notes are 90. So 70 10 rupees notes will be there, isn't it? As I am taking example, as here I am taking example, it means that 70 if I have, what is the total denomination? 5 twos are 10, it will become 100. 7 tens are 70, it will become 700. So totally we are getting 800 rupees, isn't it? If I take 35 rupees notes, then I will get 60 10 rupees notes. What is the denomination? So 3 5s are 15, 150 rupees, and for these we will be getting 600 as denomination, 10 into 60. If I add this both, I will be getting 750 rupees, isn't it? So like this the value we represent for each and every note. So total number of notes are 90. Now let the 5 rupees notes are X, isn't it? Let number of 5 rupees notes are X, and coming to 10 rupees notes, we don't know. Let the number of 10 rupees notes are Y. Okay, let me tell you one more thing here. Okay, very interesting thing. Okay, behalf of solving this question in 2 equations, we can directly be solve. Okay, you can see here, if we are having X number of 5 rupees notes, total notes are 90. Can I write 10 rupees notes as 90 minus X, as we have did till now here, isn't it? If I have 10 5 rupees notes, then how many 10 rupees notes are there? 90 minus 10, I will be getting 80, isn't it or not? If I have X 5 rupees notes, from total 90 minus X if I do, then I will be getting 10 rupees notes. It means that the value of Y can I take as 90 minus X, isn't it? 90 minus X, 90 minus X I can take? Yes, absolutely. So behalf of solving this in 2 equations, we can solve it by using one single equation, isn't it? So can I erase this? You can see here, total number of notes X plus Y is equals to 90, equation 1. If I keep Y here, if it comes here, then it becomes Y is equals to 90 minus X, isn't it? Now coming to this solution, so 5 rupee note denomination will be 5 into X, that is 5 tens are 50, and 10 rupees note denomination will become 10 into Y. If 80 notes are there, 8 tens are 800. Okay, like that. So now coming here, what we have taken the value of Y, y value is 90 minus x. So you can directly you can substitute in this. Okay, so that is equals to 10 into y value what we have taken, 90 minus x. 90 minus x, that is equals to 900 minus 10 into x, 10x. 10 is multiplied by both 90 and x. So this I have got denomination for 10 rupees notes. Okay, on adding this both the denomination I am getting 500 rupees. 5 rupees notes, 5x, value of 10 rupees note plus 900 minus 10x is equals to what is the value? 500, isn't it? 500. Now like terms I have to add, minus 10 plus 5 will become minus 5. Bigger number is in negative, so here minus 5x plus 900 is equals to 500, isn't it? Now here plus 900 is added, so additive inverse of plus 900 is minus 900. So subtract 900 on both sides. So minus 5x plus 900 minus 900 is equals to 500 minus 900 plus 900 minus 900 will become 0. 5x is equals to, again from 900 if I remove 500 I will be getting 400, isn't it? But bigger number consists of minus, so minus symbol, so both are in negative, so negative will the additive inverse of negative is positive inverse, isn't it? So here both the negatives will be converted into positive, then what is remained? 5x is equals to 400. Now 5 is multiplying to x. What I have to do? I have to divide it, divide 5 on both sides. So 5x by 5 equals to 400 by 5, isn't it? Now 5 ones are 5 8s are 40, 0. So x is equals to, we have got 80. What is x? 5 rupees notes. So how many number of notes we have got? 5 rupees notes. We have got 5 rupees notes as x. So here I am erasing this part. You can see. Therefore, number of 5 rupees notes is equals to 80. Can you tell me the denomination? What is the value of that 5 rupees notes? 80 notes into 5. So denomination is equals to 5 into 80. 8 5s are 40, 400 rupees, isn't it? Now what about 10 rupees notes? Totally how many notes are there? 90 notes are there. In that 5 rupees notes are 80. Then how many 10 rupees notes will be left? 10. So number of 10 rupee notes is equals to total 90 minus 5 rupees notes 80. So here we are getting 10 number of notes, isn't it? So 80 notes of 5 rupees and 10 notes of 10 rupees. What is the denomination? Denomination is equals to 10 rupees into 10 notes is equals to 100. If you add this both the values, again you will be having 500 rupees. Hope you all understood, isn't it? So we have got, if we have 85 rupees notes and 10 rupees notes, then totally we have total amount as 500. And if I add both the number of notes, I will be getting 90 number of notes. So this is how you will find the number of notes and the denomination of the given note. Okay. So next question is also same, that is cost of pencils, pens. Okay, you can do it. Question number 15 is same as here we have note and the denomination, there we will be having cost of pen and pencil and number of pens and pencils. You can do it. Okay, next is 16th one, the perimeter of the school volleyball court is 177 feet. Length is twice the width. What are the dimensions? So here we have to, so already I have told about this. Okay, in example But here 16th, 17th I will be telling you. 16th question, what is said here? We are having one rectangular volleyball court. Okay, perimeter of that volleyball court. Volleyball court will be in form of rectangle only, isn't it? So here we have one volleyball court. In textbook you have diagram also. It will be in rectangular form, isn't it? Here we have volleyball court. Next, volleyball court, the perimeter. He had given perimeter is equals to 177 feet. And what he gave, length is twice than the width. That is, this is the width and this is the length. So width is x we are representing. We don't know the exact value of width. So I am taking x. Then what is the length? Twice the width. It means double the width. So that is 2x, isn't it? 2x. The length is twice the width. What are the dimensions of the volleyball? We need to find the length and the width. Okay, so given volleyball court, okay, which is in rectangular form. Why it is in rectangular form? Volleyball court will be rectangular form only, isn't it? Now, what he had given in again, perimeter of rectangle 177 feet, again width we don't know, let width of court is equals to W. Then what about length? Length is twice the width, isn't it? W is equals to x, width W is equals to x, and length is twice the width, that is L is equals to 2x. Twice means we are just multiplying it by 2, that is 2 into x. Okay, so now we know the formula for perimeter. What we need to do? We need to find dimensions, that is length and width. We need to find L and W, length and width. Okay, what he had given? Perimeter. We know the formula for perimeter, isn't it? What is the formula for perimeter? We know perimeter of rectangle P is equals to, so here this perimeter is represented as P. So P is equals to 2 into length plus 2 into L plus B. Behalf of breadth we are taking width here. So now perimeter he had given 177 is equals to 2 into, what is the length? 2x. What about the width? Width is directly x, isn't it? If I take in order, okay, so here if I add these like terms, 2 into 2 plus 1, 3x is equals to 177. As I have variable, so here I am taking left hand side, directly same I am writing, but I am interchanging left hand to right hand to left hand side. Okay, symbols will be same, there is no change in the symbol. Why? Because I am interchanging both. Now, if I multiply this, 2 3s are 6x is equals to 177 feet. 177, okay, 2 plus 1, 3x, 3 2s are 6 is equals to 177. Now, if I divide this, so what? 6 is multiplying to the variable. So what we need to do? Divide 6 by on both sides. So 6x divided by 6 is equals to 177 divided by 6. 6 by 6 will be 1. So x is equals to, if I divide 177 by 6, how much will get? 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 18. So 6 2s are 12, here I'll get 5, here I have 7, isn't it? 6 6s are 36, 6 7s are 42, 6 8s are 48, isn't it? 6 8s are 48, 6 9s are 9 6s are 54, isn't it? So 54 is less, so 6 9s are 54. The remainder will be 3 minus 7 minus 4 is 3, here 0.06 5s are 30. So here I'll get remainder as 0. So what x value I have got as 29.5. What is this? This is the value of x, that is width. Now what about length? Double of it, isn't it? Double of it. So length is equals to 2x, that is equals to 2 into 29.5. So 2 5s are 10.0. So no need of writing 0 after point. 2 9s are 18 plus 1, 19. 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5. So 59 feet is the length and 29 feet is the width. Width is equals to 29.5 feet and length is equals to 59 feet. Sometimes what he will do, he will ask find the dimensions and also find the area. So for finding the area, what you will do? You will multiply L into B or L into W, that is length into width. Okay, so this is how you will find the values of length, breadth, width. Okay, what he asked in the question, you can find that. Hope you all understood why we have taken. He didn't mention, he just mentioned about volleyball court. Why we have taken in that volleyball court in rectangular form? Why? Because the volleyball court, kabaddi court, okay, football court, these all are in rectangular form, not cricket. Cricket court will be not in rectangular form, it is in circular form, oval form, isn't it? So volleyball court, he mentioned about volleyball court. So volleyball court will be always in rectangular form only, rectangular form only. Okay, now coming to last question of this exercise. Okay, last question of this exercise. What is that question? Question number 17. It is based upon, okay, book. Okay, if I say you open your book, mathematics book. Okay, any page, you just open any page of that book. If you open like this, if I ask what is the number on left hand side of your page, you will see, you will be telling, sir, in the left hand side I have the number 23. Can you tell me? So this is the book. You have just opened the book. If I ask you, this is left hand side and this is right hand side paper. Okay, if I ask you what number can you see on the left hand side of the paper, you say 121, sir. 121, sir. Now tell me about the number which is exactly beside the page, exactly beside 121. What you will say? 122. Why? After 121 you will be having directly 122. If you are having exactly here 121 and if you have here 150, it means that someone tore that papers, isn't it? Okay, so after the page number 121 you will be having 122. If you have 500 here, then what you will be having here? 501, isn't it? If the number is missing there, it means that it is not a book's fault, it is a person's fault. Someone had tore that papers, isn't it? So what I am going to say here, the difference between, if you open the book, if you have 2 pages, the difference between the numbers of that 2 pages is only 1. Am I right or not? So based upon this topic only, you are having this question number 17. What is question number 17? The sum of the page number on facing pages, if you open this, facing one another, facing pages, okay, facing pages of a book is 373, is 373. 373, what are the page numbers? What are the page numbers? Okay, let me write here and let me take one example. What he said, sum of page numbers on facing pages of the book is 373. Okay, sum of the page numbers on the facing pages of a book is equals to 373. What are the page numbers? What we need to do? We need to check. What we need to do? We need to find the page numbers. That is equals to question mark. We need to find the page numbers. Okay. So here I have one notebook. Okay. So basically what I am doing, I am just opening one page from this. Okay. So these both the pages are facing one other, isn't it? They both are facing one other. So because of that reason only he have said here sum of page numbers of facing pages. Facing pages, you just remember facing pages. Now in my left hand side you can see the page number as 84. Okay, in my left hand side, if I am drawing the book here, okay, in my left hand side the number is 84. And what after 84 I am getting 85. Okay, hope you all got 85. If I form the sum of these two numbers, it means if I add these two numbers, so if I add these both the numbers, 4 plus 5 will be 9, 8 plus 8 will be 16. So total sum we got as 169 here. This is our example, isn't it? Now what he said in this, sum of page numbers on the facing pages of the book is 273. It means that here we are getting sum as 169, but in this question he is getting the sum as 373. On adding he got the sum as 373. We need to find the page numbers. What we need to do? We need to find these page numbers. If we have 169, then the page numbers will be 84 and 85. But the number of pages are 373. Then what would be the page numbers? Can I take this page, as I don't know the exact value of these pages? So I will take this page as x, and after these x I will be adding plus 1. Why? 10. Here it will be 11. If I take 100, 101. 1000, 1001. Just plus 1 difference is there in between these pages, isn't it? Plus 1. So here let the page numbers equals to x and second one is x plus 1. First page is x and second page number is x plus 1. Let first page number equals to x. First page number is x. Then second page number is equals to what is second page number? Plus 1. That is x plus 1, isn't it? 85, 86. 85 plus 1, 86. 86 plus 1. So that's s x plus 1. So plus 1 difference is there, isn't it? Now sum. What is sum? Adding these both the numbers, isn't it? So sum of page numbers is equals to 373. It means that on adding these both the page numbers we got the answer as 373. So x plus x plus 1 is equals to 373. Now like terms, adding x plus x, I'll get 2x, isn't it, plus 1 equals to 373, isn't it? So now here plus 1 is being added in left hand side. What I have to do? Subtract. So subtracting, for removing plus 1 I have to subtract it. So subtract 1 on both the sides. So 2x plus 1 minus 1 is equals to 373 minus 1, isn't it? So 2x plus 1 minus 1 will become 0, isn't it, is equals to 373 minus 1, it will be 372. Again 2 is multiplied to the variable, so as 2 is multiplied, I need to use multiplicative inverse, that is divide by 2. So divide by 2 on both sides. So I will get 2x by 2 is equals to 372 divided by 2. So 2 by 2 is 1. X is equals to, if I divide 372 by 2, 372 divided by 2, 2 1s are 2, 1, 7, 2 8s are 16. Again I will be having remainder 1, 2, 2, 6 are 12, isn't it? Remainder 0. So how much I have got? 186. 186. What is this? This is this page number 186. Then what about next page number? Plus 1, 187, isn't it? So therefore page numbers are x is equals to 186, x plus 1 is equals to 186 plus 1, next second page, that is 187. If you add this both the numbers, if you add 186 and 187, 13, 16 plus 1, 17. So how much you got? 373 as a answer. Okay, so this is how you will find the values of the variables, and you will find the number of pages. Hope you all understood. So before doing any or before solving any problem, you just think that in your mind and you do practically, so that you can understand it clearly. Okay, so next in our tomorrow's session we will be starting next exercise. Before that we will be solving some problems based upon that exercise. Okay, so thank you and hope you all understood